So good morning everyone, it is Mitchell aka The Walk in Orlando, and welcome back here to Universal Orlando Resort. We decided to come on over today because we just haven't been in a decent amount of time. Last time we came over to Volcano Bay, but we decided to come on over today to try to just do some things. Also, we want to try to see if we can get our monthly button for the Universal Pass, because we haven't done that in some time. I actually fell off. I've actually not got it for a couple weeks. But we are going to go over to Islands first, probably to go try to see if we can get on Velocicoaster, because right now it's only posting a 40-minute wait. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and also try to do some things there, and also head over to Universal. I think we're going to try to do a couple things Kayla has not done over there, just see how she is, including probably maybe trying to see if we can do Fast and Furious, which is such an awful ride, but she wants to at least experience to see what everyone's talking about. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, because we do go on a lot of adventures around Central Florida to all the different theme parks. Make sure you guys stick around for today's adventure to Universal Orlando Resort. So pro tip, if you are coming into the park and you need to stop off to get like a disability access or need to stop by guest services, here at Universal I always recommend, if you already have your ticket and you don't have to worry about anything, just come into the park, because the line for guest services over coming into the park was stupid long, but as soon as we came into the park, the line here is like maybe 4 or 5 people deep. So they may have more people out there, but it's a little bit short of a line coming in here. Well, so we're walking through Seuss Landing because Kayla's looking for water, but I just love being able to see this look of the Velocicoaster going by, but you can also see where the line is. See, the only downside to like doing the disability pass with Kayla is I can't stand in that line, and I can't be right next to the Mosasaurus roll, because there's some people that got some really good shots of the Mosasaurus roll when it goes by. I'm once again hoping they have the bridge that goes right before Hogsmeade here in the Lost Continent, that goes across straight to Velocicoaster. I hope it's open. I saw it was open over the weekend. I'm not sure if they'll have it open today, because it's the day after 4th of July. So I want to see if they have it open, because that looks like a cool like walk up to the actual entrance of the Velocicoaster. So the bridge here actually is open. So this is the bridge that avoids all of the Wizarding World and everything. But there's a reason why I really wanted to walk over here. It's because here it comes right now. It's about to go over the 0G stall right there. But look how close you are to it. But then as you walk in, like this is just a straight shot to the Velocicoaster. I kind of wish they had raptors on both sides like they do on this side, where they have the entrance with the 2 raptors. But this is still a really cool way to walk into this attraction. I'm curious what they've got the wait time up to now. So we walked into the store right after the Velocicoaster because we have a return time. But if you're curious, you can actually check your bag size to see if it'll fit, because this is one of the free lockers that'll fit when you go inside the ride. So if you can't, then you have to come over to a locker pay station to pay for one of the big lockers they have in here. I have to tell you though, walking over this bridge is pretty cool, because you're right next to the coaster as it goes by. Yeah. And like, it's just, I also just like it because you can avoid going through Wizarding World. Like, we are going to go into Wizarding World here into Hogsmeade, because we want to eat over at the 3 Broomsticks to get something, because it is already kind of lunchtime, and we still have to kill, what, a good 45 minutes still before our before we can go ride Velocicoaster. And we're like, oh, we'll try to ride a couple other things. Well, it is kind of busy today because it is the day after 4th of July, so that usually doesn't help with things. But the thing though about Universal is they've gotten rid of a lot of the mobile ordering stuff. Like, they've really reduced that down, because before everything you had to mobile order and you always had to wait in a long line for that. But now they've only got select locations have the mobile ordering back, and unfortunately the 3 Broomsticks over here is not one of them. So of course we'll go over there, try to wait in line for it. I'm not sure how long the line's gonna be though for it. Well, they got the line for Hagrid set up all the way out here, and they are not actually doing any virtual returns for it today, which I think is a good thing, because the virtual return time is, or virtual return system, is very flawed, because like you wait probably a good hour or 2 for the ride, and then if they're running on a slower day or like running at a lower capacity, it's such, you have to wait another like hour for it, so always makes it even worse. I don't think in the entire time that I've ever come to Universal with Hogsmeade and everything, I've never seen it like empty in here. It's always busy, and I think it's just because of the tight nature of the of how it's all designed, because that's how it's designed, like that's how they did it. They pretty much took it through like what the book said and everything, and how the movie showed it. So it always seems very busy through here, but once you get like towards the castle, it kind of opens up a little bit more. Plus, like I said, this area right here, you have Hagrid's right there and the butterbeer cart. So you have two big things that are in like one little area. What's pretty cool is so we're over here in line to get something at the Three Broomsticks, and they actually do offer like a breakfast special, probably like early in the morning, like when there's early morning access. So it's something interesting. We'll have to try to come out here at one point. We're going to come over at one point just to check that out. Hopefully maybe when we come next week, because we're actually staying at one of the resorts next week. So like I said, we're in line for Three Broomsticks because this is one of the places that used to have mobile ordering, but they got rid of it for the time being. And so we've been waiting in line. We got in line about 12, a little before 12:30, and we only waited about 10 minutes. We're already halfway through the outside portion. They said, when Kayla went up to ask, they said it's gonna take about 45 minutes. So I'm curious to see if it really does take 45 minutes to get into, get food. I always love coming into the Three Broomsticks because of how cool it is. Like, it just feels very like, it feels like you've stepped into a Harry Potter like set for some reason. But what's nice about the Three Broomsticks, even though there is still another line in here, they have like multiple ordering sections that you can order from. Oh, they've also left out, so but when we used to come, they never had these, like, they used to never have these out, you know, whenever you wanted ketchup or anything, you had to ask for it. They brought it in packets. So now they're leaving stuff on the actual, like, they're actually leaving the stuff on the tables again. Alright, so it took us a little about 50 to 55 minutes to wait in the line to get food. But we get it, normally what we do is we get the kids fish and chips. And normally we get the chicken and rib platter, but we just wanted the chicken this time because the chicken usually ends up really being good here. And of course, a frozen butterbeer, because why not? A couple cups of water. So, like I said, it's weird because now you've got all the condiments back on the table again. Before there wasn't, but with all their restrictions being lifted, they've put everything back to normal. Alright, so the food at the Three Broomsticks is probably, honestly, the outside of Leaky Cauldron over at Diagon Alley at Universal Studios. Three Broomsticks probably got the best food on property, or at least at the parks. Because most of the other places you go to, you just get like burgers, pizza, chicken, strips and stuff like that. I don't know why I just struggled to say that, but it's pretty good. And like the only downside though we were saying is that the kids' chips and fish meal only had one fish and like maybe like 12 fries or chips. So, but it's what it is. And also the only complaint we have is how low you sit in the chairs at the Three Broomsticks. Like, you're pretty much sitting on the floor and everything is so packed in there close together. I love the view you get as it goes over the Mosasaurus Heartline roll. Because that's the technical term for that roll, but Universal calls it a Mosasaurus roll. I just think it's pretty cool walking through the bridge right here just because the coaster essentially goes around you. Oh, and it coming down off the big hill, and then God, that right there is such a weird sensation. Oh, I love this queue. I love this, like, just because you have Charlie, Echo, Delta, and Blue as the figures with the Velocicoaster going behind you. Alright, so we just got off the Velocicoaster, and we actually decided to ride it in the back row, because Kayla hasn't ridden in the back row. I've ridden it once with one of my friends I saw here one day. And definitely say that the front row on the Velocicoaster is the row to do it, and definitely waiting for the front row is probably the best thing you can do. But also something we didn't realize till we were up there, they were running 4 trains on the Velocicoaster. And so that really helps with wait time, because as we are leaving, the wait time now is down to 40 minutes. So that's pretty impressive. All right, now so we've left back over the bridge, so we didn't have to go through Hogsmeade. We're actually gonna head on over to Islands of Adventure, or not from Islands, we're at Islands of Adventure. We're gonna head over to Universal Studios Florida to try to do a couple things over there Kayla hasn't done yet. We're not sure what exactly we can't get done. One of the things she was talking about that we should do is we tried to do Fast and Furious, because she still hasn't done it, which in all honesty is, it's a dud of a ride. But I mean, if you've not done it, you kind of have to experience just to see how bad it is. I did say I do feel kind of bad for Universal Studios, the other park here, because Island of Adventure has 3 of the best coasters in Orlando, with arguably probably my favorite coaster in the Velocicoaster. And Universal Studios has an okay coaster in Rip Ride Rocket, and then a 4D fast ride in Escape from Gringotts. So, and there's just no plans for anything right now. The only thing Universal has going right now is they're working on Epic Universe, but that's not going to come out till 2025. So
Fireworks are great.
Yeah, they do have their cinematic celebration, and they are doing the castle show here, and over at Universal Studios they are doing the Superstar Parade again. So, but still, there's no new attraction coming. I kind of wish they would take Fast Furious, completely just rethink the entire thing and start from the ground up with something that's a lot better than what it is now. What?
Hotel for pets.
Oh yeah.
I call it.
Yeah, we definitely need. They should just do a hotel for pets, just like over in Universal Hollywood. Their new dark ride, which looks amazing. Oh, this is cool. I like the Spirit jersey type shirt they have here. Oh my god, $65. But it's lighter than like the Disney Spirit. It's not made by Spirit Jersey, the company, so it's a lot lighter. If I can have really any tip when it comes to the theme that come into Universal, I would really say try to buy your tickets online, because coming this late in the day, look, and it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's still a very long line for the tickets. This morning when we came in, the line was all the way out, almost all the way out the ropes over here. So I would really say if you come to Universal, try to buy your tickets ahead of time, because then you can just print out the ticket like on a printer, and you can just go straight to the turnstiles up there. Now making our walk on over to Universal Studios, Kayla actually wanted to ride the train over, but the train wait time from Islands from Hogsmeade to over to Universal, the wait was 40 minutes. And normally the line for the train over at like Hogsmeade is always the shortest out of the two. So it kind of shocked me, because before we got in line for Velocicoaster, it was only 10 minutes. We got off Velocicoaster, it's a 40-minute wait, so something must have happened. Maybe it went down for a few minutes. And kind of just walking through into the Hollywood section, because we're trying to head over to the Universal Pass Holder Lounge to try to pick up our July button, because we've missed out on the last, I think, 2 to 3 buttons now. I mean, it just kind of happens. We usually tend to come and we forget about it because we get in, try to do a couple things we want to do, and then get out. But another thing that Kayla hasn't done that I've actually done, which I think is pretty cool, is the Born Stuntacular show, which is actually a lot more fun than I think I gave it credit for. I think I had very low expectations for it, and then it kind of, it completely blew my expectations out of the water. Ooh, I do want to go over to Five and Dime, because that's where they have all the Horror Nights preview merchandise. So we got the July Universal Annual Pass button, which is a pink donut, which pretty sure relates back to The Simpsons. So it just says donuts. Is there anything they can't do? So, like I said, these are always when supplies last. So once they run out for the month, they don't get any more. So came into the Born Stuntacular gift shop, and they have some of their Horror Nights shirt already up. So because this year Jack the Clown is back, they have a shirt which says "I'm back" on the back. It says Universal Orlando Horror Nights 2021. I'm personally gonna wait though, because I want the Universal Pass Holder version, because usually the Pass Holder version will have something like on the sleeves that say UOAP. But is this only 20? I think it's only 20. The thing's kind of... So I think these shirts are only $20 to start with. So, not bad. So, because of the Superstar Parade being back, they've gone back to doing this thing where during the day they bring out all the floats and they bring out the characters where you can meet them. They come over, take pictures with you, they hang out, dance. It's like a little mini show of the parade in the actual, like, before the actual parade at 7. So we're actually heading over to do Fast and Furious, which it's gonna be an experience, to say the least. But like I said, Kayla's never done it, so we have to do it so she can just see how bad it actually is. Like, I'm a big fan of the queue, but the actual ride, if you can call it a ride, is very, very dull. Well,
Despicable Me or Shrek?
I think Despicable Me was posting a 50-minute wait.
My word.
Yeah, this... We've definitely now, I think, hit the peak of wait times, because Fast and Furious is posting a 45-minute wait. E.T. is actually closed right now, and like everything else in this park is like a 40+ minute wait. And in reality, I will say this, Islands is really not worth the time if you can't...
No, not Islands.
No, did I say Islands or
yeah,
did I say
you said
Islands?
Islands.
I would say if you're gonna go to one park, it's gonna be Islands, because you have 3 of the big coasters.
Thanks!
Have 3 of the big parks, or 3 rides, and it's just, and you have like Harry Potter over there, which has more stuff. So we really only came here because we were trying to do at least one of the things that Kayla hasn't done yet, which was like Fast and Furious, because it was only posting a 15 to 20 minute wait. And it's got a 45-minute wait now, and AT is closed right now.
And Transformers is a 65-minute wait.
Yeah, and Transformers, as Kayla said, is 65, so... Yeah, and it's also getting hot, so I think we're gonna maybe take this as a sign. We probably should get out. It does kind of suck because, like, I was hoping we could do a couple of things that Kayla hasn't done yet. Mostly like Fast Furious, just so Kayla can see how bad that attraction is. So when everyone makes jokes about it, she can understand, but... It's just unfortunately, it is summertime, so the summer crowds are in full effect now. So that doesn't like help the situation whatsoever. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, at least we got on Velocicoaster, got to eat over at the 3 Broomsticks, and we got our monthly button. So that kind of is a nice little, I guess, compensation for not being able to do much anything else today. I mean, we could, but it's just getting too hot. Okay, so we just exited the park, and right there, once again, the line for tickets right now are still extremely long. So I don't know if it's just because of the continuation of 4th of July and everything, but I mean, that is so long for lines. And that's why I say either just buy them online or call, because I think then you'll just get it'll be quicker to get your tickets and everything. Alright, so now that it is getting out to the quarter of the 30 o'clock time, it's getting very hot out here. I think we're going to call it a day from Universal. It's still very busy. It's nice to see these crowds because this time last year, it was dead in these parks. But it is very busy, so it is kind of the downside of everything. But it is what it is. It's good to see these parks back to normal in a sense. Seeing all the stuff going on. I mean, it's what it is. But we did have a good day out here. Like I said, just walked around for a little bit, got to get on Velocicoaster, ate at 3 Broomsticks, even though it took almost an hour to get our food. And then came over here and got our monthly button. So, but with all that being said, as we do head out from a fantastic trip out to Universal Orlando Resort, we'll see y'all next time.